Well, thanks for trekking out here and covering the team, guys. I appreciate it. Obviously, disappointed. A lot of guys in that locker room that are hurting pretty bad. Some physically, but all of them emotionally, and understand they put so much into it, and just not quite ready to close those kind of games out. We will be, but it wasn't today. So it's been a heck of a three-game stretch. Some really, three of the top five defenses in America, and that's what we cherish. We want to play that level of football, and by doing that, we're getting better. And iron will sharpen iron, but it hurts while you have to do it. Questions?
It's just another opportunity where those early penalties kind of changed the game and kind of gave them the momentum to start to pull away.
Yeah, different in the all season we have been really good with penalties. I was very pleased. The Iowa issue was noise-related procedure penalties, right? And that's today there was critical holding calls, two of them in the red zone. We had our opportunities, and we created those opportunities. They weren't given to us. Some of the credit has to be given to Penn State, though. The reason people hold is they're getting beat. So what we teach is at that point you got to push them, not hold them. But it's easy to say, hard to do, right? And really the game in a nutshell was three turnovers and missed red zone opportunities. If you get there, you got to score. And it's hard to win by threes. So
42 carries, 16 pass attempts. Can you just explain the thought
say
process?
that again, bud.
42 carries, rushing attempts, 16 passing attempts.
Yeah.
Can you just explain the thought process on the offensive play calling?
Yeah. Did you see those edge rushers? That's all you got to talk about, right? If you're not chipping them, we're not blocking them. But I can tell you when you watch the tape, neither is anybody else. Opening game of the game last week, he went by that right tackle like he was standing still. So we have to, we missed one chip where we had a touchdown. The guy was open, we didn't chip it. Those are things that just eat your guts out. But you know what? We got guys that are, I'm so proud of the way that they're pushing through. We're beat up, but that's life in the Big Ten, right? It's week 11 in the Big Ten, and guys are just giving so much of themselves for each other. We all make mistakes, and we just got to keep moving forward. But it's been a heck of a stretch these last three.
You think the red zone struggles are symbolic of a season-long issue?
Not sure I understand that question.
It's more of game-specific. You guys are struggling in the red zone against good teams, or is it some things that keep coming up again and again?
We're a developing offense. We're not anywhere where we need. I told you when we started this thing, there's not going to be any magic pills. So it's going to take time. We've had some good showings in the red zone earlier, and now we've had some tough showings in the red zone. But football boils down to, when you get in the red zone, sixes, not threes. You got to have sixes, and then hopefully you cap it off with a PAT and make it a 7. And when you don't, it's hard to win. Growing up as a defensive coach, you make them attempt field goals, you're going to win a lot of games. So although they're points, when you get down there, it's disappointing when you have to do it. Is there a season long? I don't. We're trying to get better. We're working at it. Sometimes we do well. The last couple of weeks we haven't. But again, everything is relative to who you're playing, right? You're talking about three of the best defenses, in the top 5 defenses in America. So you're going to have to be really, really precise and physically ready to go to score, and we're just missing by a little bit. So, but that's the game. You want to win. You want to win these type of games. You can't turn the ball over, and you got to take advantage of your opportunities, and those are two things we didn't do. I thought defensively we made some big stops. I thought defensively we played pretty well. I thought Bo Prabula came in and really changed the game a little bit, the way the game was being played. He's very athletic quarterback, and it's literally like having another running back in the backfield as well as a quarterback. So that, we had to make some adjustments quickly. But that first play gets out, his first play in there, and I think it was his first play. but it's like a 50-yard gain. That hurt.
When you look at this offense as a whole, not just today, what do you think's missing here? I mean, what do you need? What does this offense need to take the next step? Is it as simple as personnel? Is it? I mean,
I think it's all of the things that you would from covering sports. It's personnel, but it's developing personnel. It doesn't mean we have to go get all new personnel, right? We'll grow the offense as we grow. So as we grow as an offensive line, as we grow as a receivers core. I think we have some running backs right now that if the other pieces were in place, we would be – I think we did some good things running the football again, but that's what we have to do. That's who we are right now. Look, we'd all love to be able to do it all, run, pass, screen game, but it's easy to say, why don't you do it? But the reality is if you try to do all that stuff, you'll be absolutely good at nothing. So you have to choose what you're going to try to get good at as you develop the other things. It's not that we don't do all those other things. We're working on them. They're just not ready to be running games against a defense of that quality.
What's your initial assessment of the way Gavin played?
Hard for me. I thought he threw the ball excellent in the first half. He was ripping it. We were catching it. You can't throw it when you're getting hit. There's a couple times you say, why don't you throw it? 44 came around that edge one time, and I think he beat Gavin back to the drop, and that was on that sack fumble. So, we have mechanisms in place to try to help. We made a little mistake on some of them, and without some help, that's going to be a tough block one-on-one for us at this stage.
Pulling Pelotti's question, is it a talent issue? Is it a lack of depth issue? Is it all the above? Just the offensive?
No, I think we're developing offense. So what is developing? Everything is developing. We're a developing football team. It's frustrating, no doubt. I'm sure it's very frustrating to our fans, and nobody's more frustrated than our team and our coaches. But we just got to keep working at it. We will get better. That's happened. We're getting better. Judging growth against the level of defenses we faced in the last 3 weeks, if you really don't understand it, it's hard to do, and you can get down and you can start changing and doing things that are really detrimental to your overall development. We won't do that. We'll stay the course. We'll be fine. We got a game next week, and then we got a bowl game, and we'll continue to improve. And when you're a developmental program, that's why a bowl game is so important, because we'll get a whole other chunk of practice where we can build and build and build and build. And that's what it is. And as I've told you before, this was not going to be a quick fix. This is going to be a march, but we're going to get there.
you had a couple of guys get hurt, come back in like Johnny. I didn't think he would come back when we saw him go down. Just curious, where are you guys health-wise beat up at this point of the season?
First of all, you're right. We have some real warriors in that locker room. I'm talking guys that if you don't love your team and you don't love this sport, there's no way you're playing. So let me make that clear. And it is their choice. But there are some guys that are just complete warriors on this football team. And today, some guys that are playing injured, playing with a lot of pain, and then it gets aggravated. And, we've got a tremendous medical staff that goes out there and treats them and gets them off to the side, and they suck it up and go back out. That's why I say I can't. You want to talk about personnel? I can't fault anybody in that. Everybody in that locker room is absolutely killing themselves for this program, and I wish it could happen faster because some of them aren't going to get to live out the really, really exciting stuff. But you know what? This is pretty exciting. Right now, what we're doing is good, and those guys will know that they laid the foundation, and I'm excited. I'm excited that they get to play this game next week, and they get to play in a bowl game because they've earned that. But this one hurts a lot for everybody, physically and emotionally. But that's life. It's life in the Big Ten. That's what we asked for. That's what we got. We'll get on this bus. We'll get home. We got to get treated up, and we got to get ready for the University of Maryland in 6 days. So nobody feels sorry for us. Thank you.